guys, we're putting together a body weight workout for you where you need very little equipment and very little space. So the first section that we're going to run through is going to be our core section. We're going to be getting into our dead bug. We're going to do 10 dead bugs per side. So I'm going to have you lay on your back. Rick's going to demo. I'm going to kind of explain to you guys. So you're going to bring your arms up into the air. Your hips are driving up towards the sky, and he's going to slowly move opposite limbs. Now what we're going to do is you're going to make sure that you're breathing. You're going to do 10 per side. So that's 1 on each side. And we're just going to watch him. I know it's a little weird. We're all going to have to get comfortable with watching these videos so we can keep up on our goals.
Enjoy the show, everybody.
So we'll do our 10 dead bugs. Now again, move at your own speed. Make sure that you're breathing. Your legs and arms don't necessarily have to come all the way down. Your range of motion is going to depend on you and your ability. So now Rick's doing a modification. Again, in the earlier reset video that we did, we talked about popping hips. All right, so that was 10 dead bugs per side. Then we're gonna go into a plank. So we're gonna go into our elbow plank with our extended legs. Now for those of you that have any problem with this, can keep your knees down. So what Rick's doing here is he's making sure that he's tucking his pelvis under so that he can maintain a flat back. He's also not letting himself shrug into his shoulders. He's pushing himself away. Here he's going to feel that his shoulders are driving down towards his hips. So there's a lot of tension in this midsection, and we're going to hold that for 15 seconds. So that should be about 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, so again, we're gonna run through all of these one time, and then we're gonna have you pause the video and you're gonna run through everything again. So next we're gonna go into is our glute bridges. Before Rick starts, he's gonna push his belly button into the sky, compressing his spine into the ground. Now what he's gonna do is he's gonna make sure he's driving through his heels. As he does that, he's going to squeeze his glutes and he's gonna come up. I want you to notice how he's in a straight line. He's not arching through his lower back and creating more of an extension through his abs. So then he's gonna come down. I want you guys to move kind of with your breathing. Breathing in, breathing out.
It helps if you make eye contact with somebody when you're doing this.
Out.
Huh? I'm watching you, Karina.
All right.
Where you at right now is terrible, buddy.
I know, never mind. All right, so you can do anywhere from 10 to 20 of these. If you've been sitting a lot longer, take some time, throw some extra of these in.
Still looking at the camera.
All right, so then after we've done our glute bridges, we're gonna go into YTAs on the ground. We need to get some back activation. Again, this is also incorporating the core. So Rick's going to make sure that he's pushing his glutes and his back into the ground, but he's squeezing his glutes, okay? So we don't wanna feel like we're bending through the lower back. We're gonna bend more through lifting the rib cage up. So squeezing the glutes allows us to lock in. That is a Y coming up here. Then Rick came down right now and he did a T. Now he is down, thumbs, palms up, and he's going into an 8 position. If you feel anything in your lower back, do not extend as much, shorten your range of motion, okay? Now you can do these without lifting your upper back. Now Rick is just lifting his arms, and he's also going to make sure that he's moving with his breathing. So he's breathing in when he comes down, and then he's going to breathe out when he comes up. Okay, so if you had a stressful day, go a little slower, focus on your breathing. If you're just trying to get through this, make sure that you're very mindful. And remember, we always tell you guys, fast is not always better. So what you're gonna do there is he did 3 rounds of Y, T, and A's. Next, we're gonna go into crawling in place. So you don't need much room for this. He's just going back and forth. We're gonna do some simple crawling. He's doing our baby crawls. So he's going about 3 steps forward, 3 steps back. If you wanna make it a little bit harder, you can elevate the knees and go more into your leopard crawling. Move in a position where you don't feel like your hips are moving around a lot. You also shouldn't have any tightness going on in the neck or in the shoulders. Go at a good pace and make sure that you're breathing. All right, so we gave you 5 exercises to do in our core section. Now what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video or rewind and replay, and I want you to go through our core area twice. Next, we're gonna be doing our strength block.
Okay, so for our strength block, we're gonna need a timer, a stick, a belt, and some type of elevated surface, which could be a couch, a coffee table, or anything sturdy. Notice that I volunteered for the easier of the section, so that's going to start getting a little bit harder. Okay? So Monty's going to start going through some body weight squats. And so we're going to run a timer from anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes, and we're going to make sure that we do as many rounds of this as we can without losing any of our technical ability. Your technique is what's going to dictate how much work you do. So Monty's going to do some squats. She's going to set her feet up about shoulder width apart, and then she's going to squat down as low as she can. We're really going to make sure that we focus on tracking our knees with our feet and keeping as upright of a torso as we can. Now, your range of motion is going to be dictated by your ability to stay out of pain. So adjust your body, go as low or as shallow as you'd like. No pain in the knees, no pain in the lower back. We're going to want you to do anywhere between 5 and 20 reps. Just stay consistent. If you do 5, do 5 each round. If you do 20, do 20 each round so that you can keep track of your work. Okay? After that, Monty's going to go into an elevated push-up. So you'll get your surface, your coffee table, your couch, your bench, whatever you may have, and we're going to do 5 to 10 push-ups. Okay? We want to maintain that same tension we had in the awesome plank that I did earlier. My technique is flawless. Okay? And we'll come down. Ideally, chest should touch the bench, but we're going to adjust range of motion based on the health of our shoulders. Don't go to where it hurts. Okay? After that, we're going to pull out our belt. Okay? Isometrics are a wonderful way to challenge your muscles. They're kind of boring to watch in a video because we're basically going to watch Monty not do anything. She's going to grab her belt, extend her arms fully, and then try to rip the belt in half for anywhere between 10 and 20 seconds. The goal here is to produce as much force as you can without losing your breathing. So adjust your hand position. You can go narrow, you can go in the middle, you can go a little wider. Each one's going to activate your back musculature a slightly different way. So play around with it, but make sure you keep the time consistent. All right? So from that position, we're going to stand up onto our feet, and we're going to really challenge the stability of our ankles and hips by doing our cross crawls, or toe taps if you're Monty, or knee taps.
Knee taps.
Going as slow as you possibly can, okay? But again, as slow as you possibly can is something that you have complete control of. Some of you may go faster, some of you may go slower. Changing a speed variable is the exact same as changing a weight variable for your nervous system. So really challenge yourself, see how slow you can possibly go. We're talking like matrix speed here. Slower. Slower.
Will you do it?
She can go slower. She can go slower. Okay? So you're gonna go 10 to 20 per side. Okay? And then from this position, after that, our next exercise is gonna be our dead bug with the stick. Okay? Broomstick, any sturdy object that you can put pressure in without feeling like it's going to snap is going to be what we're going to do. You're going to adjust your hand width on the stick so that you can keep your lower back flat on the ground without putting any additional tension on your neck. The key here is to drive into the stick with your knees. So you're going to put as much physical strength into the stick as you can while lowering your other limb. Okay? Again, we want to maintain our breathing. If you are pushing so hard into the stick that you kind of start to lose your breath or start to shorten your breathing, then you need to ramp down the pressure so that you can control your breathing as well.
There's a lot of shaking going on.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the plank. So we're going to do 5 to 10 repetitions of this dead bug with the stick, and then again you're going to stand back up, go through the body weight squats, the elevated push-ups, the isometric pull apart, the slow cross crawl, and then the dead bug with the stick as many times as you can in a 20-minute period. Keep track of your work. I don't know, shoot us a text, let us know how much you've done. And if you have any questions or any variations to these movements, or you need any variations to these movements, please don't hesitate to reach out. We're here for you guys.
So we're calling this phase 1. You're going to receive the email with the YouTube link for our reset video and our phase 1 video for body weight exercises. Tomorrow, we're going to be recording phase 2 and 3 of body weight exercises. So another variation, how to make them a little bit harder. And then we'll be continuing with different types of workouts. So we're going to really be challenging you guys. If there is anything that bothers you in any of these movements, you start feeling a little clicking or something is, you're having some pain or some extra tightness, lower back's hurting, make sure that you reach out to us because we did not put all of the variations and modifications that you can be doing. So again, this is going to be a learning process for you guys and us. Please communicate with us because that's only going to make us better. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.